Hi everybody, it's Tuesday, December 24th, and this is this month's edition of the scaryFANparty report. Lots of stuff happened this month, including some Instagram lives, some announcements for some new shows, some charity work, shout outs to other people shouting out him. Needless to say, it was a very busy month for the Scaryverse. And he even managed to fit in a trip to Universal Studios with Jordy and another one with Jordy and Max. The first show, of course, this month that was announced was Hangout Fest in Alabama, on the Gulf Shores of Alabama. And this was with Post Malone and Billie Eilish. A lot of big names here. It sold out really fast, within a month. So there's no tickets to that left. However, it looked like a really fun time. There was some question about whether the festival was able to keep its license for the beach. However, I'm sure that they'll do whatever they need to do to keep the festival on with the names they have coming. So that should be a really fun show. He did many shout outs this month with Ask Me Anythings. He asked about his album, what people thought about it, if anybody had any questions about it, which later turned out to be the source for a Facebook Artist of the Day profile that Facebook had. That was amazing. We all love to see that. And he took some time to shout out to fans around the Alleyverse, including our own Cindy from Scary Pool Party is Alejandro Aranda fan club. We love Cindy. We were so happy that he shouted her out and shared her story, so that was amazing. He also put a lot of music back up this month, and when I say a lot of music, his Instagram went from like 9 songs to 60 in a month, so that was amazing. He put out a lot of new music this month. He put out Broken Images, which was almost 2 hours of music. He also put out Divorce Chamber, which a lot of people missed. However, love the song, always love what he does. He also put out some new music with old videos, so make it a point to check when you see the old videos, because honestly, sometimes I didn't always listen. Now I listen to everything because I realize that he's recycling videos for songs. So that was awesome. Throughout the month, a number of shows were announced. The second show that was announced was at the Rose Bowl, which is happening New Year's Day. That is unbelievable because it's the Rose Bowl, and he's starting with Los Lobos, and I just think it's going to be a great show. Of course, a lot of people couldn't get tickets to the Rose Bowl this late. However, a couple were given away on the groups, which I thought was really nice, and I hope they really enjoy it because I would love to see him perform at this. I think it's his speed. He loves to be in front of people and he loves to perform, and I think that this is kind of his jam, and so excited for him and this opportunity. Also this month, he canceled his London dates in December, which was really a shame, but he talked about the fact that he was really tired and exhausted. He's not sleeping well. So, we just want you to feel better. I kind of feel like this was meant to happen because he works so much, and that has to be exhausting, going all that time, doing all those shows. He has been going nonstop since Idol, and I'm glad that he took some time off. I'm glad that he has some time off over the winter. He's still doing shows, of course. It's Scary Pool Party, but does seem to be taking some time for himself. It was in a couple of days following the announcement that he was canceling his London shows that he came out with Divorce Chamber, which seemed to be a very emotional song for him. It was up for a couple of minutes, maybe an hour, I'm not even sure. I know that a lot of people missed it. It was during the day. However, there are copies of it out there, and, just please don't post it on YouTube. I feel like he has made it really, really clear that he wishes for people to stop putting up stuff on YouTube that he takes down. About 5 days after he canceled his London shows, he put up a post saying he was feeling a little bit better and writing some music. I really hope that he found some way to get some sleep on an ongoing basis because nobody can survive with no sleep. He did do a shout out to Speaks Geek, who is a friend of his and he knew from Pomona. We just did a podcast with Speaks Geek. He's such a positive and amazing guy. I was really happy to see this. I do think that Alejandro takes a lot of time to thank the people in his life and the people that are really his friends. And I love to see that because a lot of the fame and stuff can be very temporary. So the fact that he remembers and loves his family and loves his friends is actually one of the most endearing things to me as a fan, is to see him take that time and remember the people that were there in the beginning. And as I said prior, he spent the entire month of December just posting new music, which was amazing. Some of these things I had never seen. There was a video about homelessness that absolutely connected to me, and I loved every second of that song. He put up some rap, he put up some classical music. He is just a force when it comes to creating music, and I love to see all of it. I would love to see more rap. I can't wait until that happens. I think that we're seeing it come out a little bit at a time. I think that, maybe it's the next thing he's going to do, maybe not. I don't know him, so I'm not sure, but I would love, love, love to see that. I think that one of the things Speaks Geek said in the podcast was that the genre here is scary pool party. There is no genre. It is just scary pool party. And I love that because I think that's been a struggle thus far with the fans, and having to figure out how to negotiate with the fans regarding what they want, because a lot of fans wanted acoustic, other fans wanted alternative. Now we have all different genres, and I think that he's just going to be one of those prolific artists that you're not going to be able to put in a box, and that makes me really happy. He also reaffirmed the fact that Exit Form is going to be out on vinyl, and he said it was going to be out in a few weeks, and that was a few weeks ago. So I am hoping that it's out before the beginning of the year, but who knows? Maybe it'll be like a big Christmas present, right? After that, it was announced that he was going to be appearing at summer camp in Illinois. And I am super excited for this show. I am definitely going to try to go to this. It is a camp out. There are many, many bands performing here. It's a little more alternative than some of them. However, I love it. It's one of the oldest festivals in the country, along with Lollapalooza, which is also fairly old. So this is going to be an absolutely great show, and I can't wait to go. He posted a picture saying he was going gray. He is 25. I kind of find that hard to believe, but who knows? It's been a stressful year for him, so maybe. He's also been clapping back a little at some of the negativity that's getting thrown his way. I think that this might be cathartic because I don't understand some people that do this, but they feel the need to ask him if he's losing his following. Yes, he's losing Instagram followers, but I really don't think he's losing his following. I think that this is just the beginning. And to those naysayers and haters out there, you don't have to say negative things. You can just be non-existent. That works for us too. Following that, he referred to himself as Sloth Boy, which started an entire slew of memes and pictures on social media, which we love the fun times. And now that sloths is a thing, maybe we need to get like a sloth t-shirt. He has wished everybody happy holidays several times. He released a Christmas song on Instagram. It wasn't actually a whole song, but it was nice. And he has said happy holidays many times from him and Jordy, and just a lot of happiness going on right now. Kind of hope it lasts. He always shouts out people that he loves. Behemoth, Rainsford. He shouted out Beck this month. Beck shouted back at him. So that was good to see. I love to see him interacting with other bands. I'd love to see some collaborations. I think that might take it to the next level, but it's really hard, I'm guessing, to coordinate those kinds of things. I really don't know a lot about the music industry, but I would assume that that's a very hard thing to hook up. He did talk a lot this month about letting girl go and the fact that she never loved me. And hopefully we can see some light at the end of this tunnel. It breaks my heart when I see this. Personally, when I see these shout outs to this girl, whoever broke his heart, I don't know. I feel really sad. But I also feel like that's part of why I relate to him, is because I have my heart really, really broken by somebody who just didn't love me, and I really thought they did. So I think that's part of my relationship with him, with his music, is that I really, really relate to what he says about the heartbreak. I do love his alternative music, but the heartbreak part of it is very connective for me. It was also announced that he was going to be doing a pool party with the Dave and Tim Riviera show in Mexico, which I would love to go to. I absolutely will not be able to go to this. It is very expensive from what I've heard, which doesn't shock me. Shows like this tend to be expensive. So for whoever is going, have a fantastic time. I'm sure it's going to be amazing. It seems as though he is looking forward to 2020. He did a couple of Instagram lives this month, which has been a new thing. We haven't seen that since June. And the last month he's been doing some Instagram lives, which is really, really nice. We love to hear the Instagram lives. It's one of the best things. To me, it's like little mini concerts that we just get to watch in the privacy of our own home. And even though he does black them out most of the time, it is one of those things where I don't think you need to see him in order to feel it, or in order to, completely lose yourself in his music. I could lay in bed and listen to him for the rest of my life and just totally be okay with that being my only source of music. He is absolutely amazing. I love everything he does, but I do have a soft spot in my heart for the Instagram lives. I know that Jim does as well. There's a lot of people in the Alleyverse that just really, really adore the Instagram lives that he puts up when he has the time to do it. I think more of it's a function of not being as busy during certain times of the year, maybe. I don't know. As far as the social media, his Instagram was down again, almost 10,000 people this month. That's what it is. I think that's going to continue to happen for a while, but hopefully it will even out after a while and it'll start to go back up. Twitter was down a couple hundred people, nothing major there. Facebook was also up a little bit, both in likes and followers, so that was nice to see. YouTube gained 2,000 followers this month. Everything did really, really well on YouTube. Out Loud, of course, leading the pack. Broken Images had 24,000 views this month, and that was the highest out of any of the videos that are up there. So that was really good to see, but it is 2 hours of music, so you would hope that it would get some kind of listen. I do listen to it when I'm just doing stuff around the house, so I really love that video. But it went like this. Out Loud was up about 14,000. Satisfy was up about 4,500. The Unnamed song was up about 655. Sun Stop Rising was up about 521. Poison was up about 9,000. 10 Years was up about 7,500. Cholo Love, the Super Scary Mix, was up about 2,000. Millennial Love was up about 5,500. Fading Away was up about 4,500. And Broken Images, as I said, was up about 24,000 views this month. As far as the album, Black Cross was up about 8,000. Diamonds was up about 13,000 this month. Dance the Night Away, 5,000. Vampire Shave, 4,000. Beneath the Skin, 3,500. True Religion, about 4,000. Heartstorm, 3,000. Millennial Love, 7,500. 10 Years Remastered, 5,500. 10 year, or Tonight was up about 20,000. That was the second place biggest video this month. Cholo Love was up about 12,000, and Out Loud Remastered was up about 6,000. On Spotify, he did go down about 10,000 listeners. That's not really a surprise. This number tends to hang out around 146. He is at 175 this month, so that's good to see. His followers went up about 1,600 followers. Out Loud was up about 215,000. 10 Years was up about 75,000, and so on and so on. The biggest gainer for this was definitely Out Loud, and also Millennial Love was way up there with 151,000 listens on Spotify this month. So, he's making progress always on these channels. Some of the songs do better on some channels than other channels, but they all tend to go up a good amount over the month. SoundCloud was up a little bit more this month over the norm. Usually it goes up about 2,000 for Out Loud. It was up 4,000 this month, followed by 10 Years, and also Fading Away was up a lot this month, as well as Tonight on this channel as well. Tonight's just killing it everywhere, as is Millennial Love. Millennial Love is doing really, really well everywhere, so hopefully we'll hear some of these songs on the radio soon. But the social media, in large part, looks really, really good, minus the whole Instagram thing. It is starting to go down a little as far as trends. It is trending down, so I'm hoping that, I keep saying this, but I'm hoping by the European tour that we'll see that number start to go off. I really thought it was going to happen by the fall tour. It didn't. That's okay. We had an emotional month. And the takeaway this month for me has been just to not be so emotional about everything surrounding this. I think that as fans in a fan group, we can tend to get a little emotional and read into some of the things he says and some of the things he does. And I know that that's happened for me on a couple of occasions. However, we honestly don't know what he's thinking, and I think reading into that just tends to add to that negativity. So if there's one thing I want to say for the new year is let's just try to be a little more positive and try not to read in to all the stuff that goes on in the Scaryverse, because we don't know what the whole picture is, and until we do, or until he says something, my policy has kind of been to stay out of it. Shutting down accounts that we're not sure of. I think that, we have to walk a fine line here. And I think that until he says it, and until he says, hey, can you report this account? We're not, at least in my group, we're not going to do that. But to each their own. I'm definitely not judging any other groups for doing that or any other people for doing that. It's just kind of my philosophy that if he wants it, it will happen. So with that, I hope everybody has happy holidays this year, and I hope that you spend time with your family and friends and really appreciate the time that you have, and stay off social media. It will be there after the new year. Merry Christmas, everybody.